Good evening, everybody.
You are so weird.
Welcome.
You're weird.
Welcome to the show tonight.
Stop it.
I'm a little stuffed up, so this is how I'm going to sound. I hope that doesn't annoy you.
He's not stuffed up
Got the
at all.
allergies problem.
He's not stuffed up at all.
I'm good. Oh, I was good.
Ah!
I asked you to stop.
Oh,
And you didn't.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Wakey, wakey.
time to get up.
Good morning, citizens.
Open Adam.
Rise and shine!
This is your wake-up call, people.
Come on, the coffee's on.
Hey, Oriole. Hey, Hillary. How are y'all? Welcome to the party.
Stop talking like that.
No, that was my normal voice.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Look, you got a
You
problem
and
with all
could
my
not
voices,
be
and I don't like
friends
it.
if you talked like that on a regular basis.
That's shallow.
Is it just...
That's so shallow of you.
End?
My back hurts. Gosh. I feel your hand imprint on my back. Oh, gracious.
Well, at least I have small hands, so...
I'm not sure that makes it better.
Well,
Needles are really small, and they hurt a lot.
they don't hurt
Am
a
I
lot.
wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
They don't hurt a lot.
They hurt enough.
They don't hurt a lot. They don't.
Is that why you're not terrified of them?
You know, I've come a long way. I really have.
Just
In a
short
week's
amount of
time, I voluntarily got poked twice. Okay?
They all heard the story.
I'm
They're
just, no,
aware of your issues.
I'm just saying, a year ago, I would have never done that. A year ago, I would have never been like, yeah, get my nose pierced. And then less than a week later, be like, yeah, I'll get the vaccine. I've come a long way.
Toddler pinching hurts the most? Okay, yeah. Small fingers. That hurts.
Stepping on,
Tiny Legos.
ooh, worse than that.
Goat heads.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
Ooh.
like the worst pain
Yowie,
in
wowie.
the world. And so let me tell you, I was just explaining how I've come a long way. My child has also come a long way. Cannon, who you know,
Oh.
everybody knows is our difficult one.
Whoop. We better get this show started because we just got a raid. 13 viewers from Frost. Thank you for that raid, Frost. Welcome, everybody.
You're cutting me off.
We're just getting started. Mo's telling the story.
Okay,
Go
so I
ahead.
was just saying that the most excruciating pain that you can experience is stepping on a goat head. And those of you who are not from, I guess, the Southwest, Midwest, I don't know where they're actually from. They come from tumbleweeds, which are a real thing, in case you didn't know.
And they're not alive. Some people think they're alive. And that's weird. Tumbleweeds are they're just plants.
Like, do they think they're animals?
Yeah. There's a whole subsection of people in this country that believe tumbleweeds are a creature in the Southwest.
Oh, it's not the cousin of an armadillo. It's a tumbleweed. Exactly what it is in its name. It is a weed that tumbles.
Hey, thank you for that, Praxton. It's very nice of you. See, someone appreciates my voice. You missed me getting shamed for doing a bad voice earlier.
Wait. It went up too far. I couldn't,
You couldn't
anyway.
read it?
I couldn't
Right there.
read what he said about Mo's voice is absolutely radio pure. What does that mean? So crispy. What is that? What? I'm confused.
That means you're a natural,
Oh,
I think.
I don't know.
That's how I would interpret that.
Okay, that's how I'm going to interpret it. Okay, anyway, so my child has come a long way and has matured because he stepped on a goat head at the pool last week and stepped on it hard. Like it's one thing if it just pierces your skin because you can pull it out pretty
Right.
quick and it's fine.
But if
Yeah, it hurts.
Plants itself.
But yeah, it got in his heel. He stepped completely on it.
Oh.
And 3 sides of the goat head went into his foot. And so he walks back to me at the pool, sits down next to me on his toes, you know, and sits down. And I can see tears in the corner of his eyes because those things hurt. They are painful. But I said, okay, well, do you want me to help you? I'll pull it out for you. And he goes, no, Mom, it's okay. I got it. And I'm like, okay. So he starts to pull and he's like, oh, I can't. It hurts. It hurts. And he's doing the whole like breathing thing. Mm-hmm. And I'll get it, Cannon. I can do it. Nope, I got it.
Love you, Silver. Thank you for that lurk.
So 5 minutes later, he finally like just reaches in there and yanks that thing out as hard as he can. And again, those tears just sitting right there. And I looked at him and I was like, I'm proud of you.
You're a man today.
I'm proud of you. Because had that been like 2 years ago, we would have been in the middle of the pool, this public space, and he would have been screaming about how much pain he was in, and I would have been fuming, shut up.
Oh, stop kicking. Just let me get it out.
Do you see all these people looking at you right now?
All right. Well, we are going to start recording our some of the content for our shows next week. That's kind of what we do here for those of you who are new. We record basically the first 2 segments of our 3 morning shows for the next week here. And so we do that on Twitch. We get to interact with you guys a lot. A couple of you are going to be on the show through our Discord at backrowdiscord.com. Let's see if I can throw that in the chat. Someone else doing that for me? Someone already did that. Thank you, Oriole. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're just getting started. We're going to talk about a whole lot of different things. And, but yeah, it is going to sound a little bit weird because we are going to be talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So when we're talking about dates and holidays, just know,
just bear
you get
with
to
us.
Live in the future with us.
That's right. I was just about to say it, but you were a little bit faster than I was.
Don't talk like that. It's disgusting.
You're
All right,
disgusting. Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to episode 391 of the Back Row Morning Show, a part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, a father of 3, including a newborn baby girl, a Green Lantern fan, and a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than absolutely no one. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
Today on the show, reckless, irresponsible. Can we use these words to describe God's love?
Also on the show today, this is exactly how sci-fi movies start, and it never goes well.
But first, today is Monday, August 16th, and we've got some holidays to celebrate.
That's right. Today is National Roller Coaster Day.
Yeet, yeet.
Yeet, yeet.
I love roller coasters.
I'm going to yeet you right off that roller coaster. Yeet, yeet.
We actually talked about this recently.
Did we?
Yeah, going through all of our favorite roller coasters. I was talking about like the bobsled one and all that. Yeah, fun stuff.
I think like
Wait.
we have a weird friendship. Can I just tell you that?
Well, I knew that.
Okay, because I was just about to say we talk too much, but then in all reality, we don't really talk at all.
No, it's all here.
I know. And we've determined that we have to keep it that way.
Yeah.
We have to. And I actually think that the shows have gotten better since I've left this church.
So, since we don't see each other pretty much at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Especially in comparison to like John and I for the 2 Words Wrestling podcast. That was all we talked about before the show started.
Yeah.
And now we can't talk about it anymore. So all things will be happening all week long. And we're just like, how's your baby? That's all we can talk about. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Saving it. Even before coming up here to record, we're sitting in the office and getting some of the show prep ready. And I have like 3 questions I want to ask her. And I'm like, I'm going to wait for the show.
Yeah.
Because, why give up that content?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or I'll say something and you're like, well, tell me. And I'm, oh, no, don't tell me. Just save it. You tell me upstairs.
Anyway, our friendship is a roller coaster. What's next?
Hey, our friendship has not been a roller coaster, honestly.
Actually, it's been a pretty chill. We've only had one dip.
One dip.
Lasted all of one evening. Thumbs up.
All right. It's also National Tell a Joke Day.
Yay!
Don't you dare tell no dad
We're not going to do it.
I don't want to hear it.
But we are going to do it later. But you probably won't get to hear it on Twitch, so that's okay.
All right. Whatever. Whatever.
How's your week been, Mo?
Okay. My week has been okay. It's been kind of crazy. It was the first full week back in school, but not with students yet.
Okay.
So I had a full week to get the library.
Staff week.
A staff week. A prep week. And it was exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. And we had our open house on Wednesday night. So I was there from 7:30 until 5:30 Wednesday, which was insane.
Yeah.
And I also had a really fun side effect from getting the vaccine last week.
So this is interesting because we recorded this show last Friday night, but for the Monday that it aired, Mo said, well, the only real side effect I got was a sore arm. But that was because she couldn't really tell the future because she had just gotten the shot a couple hours before.
Right.
When we recorded.
Right.
So in reality, what really happened?
So, well, on Saturday, again, I went home Friday, felt great. No issues, just a sore arm. Woke up Saturday morning and for the most part felt pretty good. My arm was very sore, a lot more sore than what it was when I went to bed, but I had halfway wondered if that was because I had slept on it. And so, not only was it sore because I was putting pressure on it. Anyway.
Yeah, gotcha.
But then mid-afternoon Saturday, I felt like I had been hit by a semi-truck. Every ounce of energy was zapped from me. I could barely keep my eyes open. Just talking to Chris, I'm like, my eyes are just closing and they're super heavy. And I'm like, I know that you're talking and I know that I'm talking to you, but I'm not here right now. I was so out of it. So out of it. And then I started feeling lightheaded and started feeling nauseous. And so I went and laid down and I was like, this is dumb. This is absolutely ridiculous. Then I started getting like a rash on my arm and on the side of my face and on everything was just on the right side. And like an idiot, what do? I go and Google these symptoms and I'm like, okay, either
Foregathers, thank you for that.
Either
follow.
I'm dying or I'll be fine. It's one of the two things.
It's always one of those two.
Always one of the two things. Well, everything, of course, ended up being fine. I woke up Sunday morning, 100% better. I fell asleep at like 7:30 Saturday.
Yeah.
And passed out hard.
Wow. Okay.
Hard. But woke up Sunday morning, great, fine, ready to go. Monday, Tuesday, I'm good. Still, my arm is sore, but I'm purposely using it and stretching it.
Right.
Trying to work it out. Wednesday, I noticed...
Super weird, yeah.
I noticed my hand is aching.
Yeah.
Like throbbing. You know how your joints feel when you need to pop them?
Yeah.
That's what it was feeling like in my entire hand.
But nothing would do anything.
Nothing would do anything. My wrist hurt. My knuckles hurt. Our school nurse came in and had a card for us to sign because one of our staff members was leaving. And I went to grab the pen and realized I could not grip the pen. And so I look at her. She's looking at me. Thankfully, it was the school nurse. She's looking at me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And on top of that, listen, my finger's twitching like the whole time. And if you haven't watched Sweet Tooth yet on Netflix, you should. But this is a sign that you're dying in the show. Their finger begins to twitch just ever so. And so I'm freaking out and I'm looking at her and I was like, listen, my hand hurts. And I had began to form a bruise.
A bruise, yeah, right there in the weird top triangle of your thumb and finger meeting.
Yeah. Just past your knuckle on your thumb, but before your wrist. That's where I started to bruise. And I'm showing her and she's like, "Megan, you got vaccinated on Friday, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I'm pretty sure they hit a nerve in your arm." And I was like, "What?" And she said, "Yeah, they hit a nerve. They probably bruised that nerve. And that would explain, one, why you're bruising, and two, why you can't grip anything and why you're aching." And I
So
was
she
like,
pulled out her shotgun and said, so we're going to have to put you
we're going to
down.
have to put you down. I'm sorry. We'll put you out of your misery. We'll put you out of our misery.
Well, that
which,
too.
you know. Yeah. So anyway, she was like, I just kind of looked at her with this look of, you have got to be kidding me.
Right.
This is not one of the things that they said could happen. This is not something that was on my radar with getting the vaccine. Not even a little bit. But I looked at her and she said, and it could probably take the better part of a week to 2 weeks for you to fully heal. And I was like, I can't grip a pen right now to write. How do you expect me to do anything if it's going to take a week to 2 weeks for it to get better?
Gotta learn to be a southpaw.
Yeah.
Gotta do everything left-handed.
So I felt crippled for the rest of that day. Wednesday and Thursday, my hand was kind of limp. I didn't use it as much as I could. I kind of babied it, walked around with it. If I had a sling, I would have kept my arm in a sling, but I didn't have a sling. So I just kept it close to me as much as I possibly could. But then Friday morning, I woke up and I
All
have
better?
full function again.
That's good.
So, hey, watch me wake up again on Saturday and be like,
in
I
and out of
can't
it."
do anything.
In and out of it for 2-3 weeks.
I'm dying. However, Friday brought about a whole new terrible turn of events as our district did what they call their convocation, which is like a kickoff for the school year for teachers.
Big party, big day of fun.
Yeah, and in the past they've brought in like pretty well-known speakers, motivational speakers. Jerry, oh man, I can't remember his last name. Anyway, I look like an idiot now.
Seinfeld.
No, not Jerry Seinfeld. He's a motivational educational teacher, and he's pretty much a comedian.
Oh, Jerry Kringsford.
Yeah, him.
I met him.
Anyway, they brought him in a couple years ago. But this year, with restrictions, they wanted to do something different and outside. And so
Dr. Fauci.
Would you hush? Good grief. So they did like this kind of like field day for teachers.
Yeah.
And it was, they had a dance off. They had all the
Three-legged race is what I saw, right?
three-legged race.
Yeah.
They had all the fall
Classics.
sports. All the fall sports represented by the high school students. And so the teachers challenged the high school students. The dance team, the cheer team, football. Cannon was there for the wrestling team, and he was arm wrestling teacher.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it was really cool and would have been amazing had it not poured rain
all day.
the entire day.
But y'all still did it.
We still did
Y'all
it.
stuck it out.
And
Y'all had fun.
the worst part was sitting behind people who had umbrellas because the rain would pull on top of the umbrella. And every now... Yes! So I've got my umbrella. I'm holding my umbrella. But the person in front of me, all the water from her umbrella is going on my legs and my feet. And then the person behind me, all the water from his umbrella is going down my back. The only thing my umbrella kept dry was the top of my head.
That's
that was
so
it.
funny.
I'm still cold.
That's great. I mean, it's not great. Why would I laugh at your misfortune?
It's okay. Everybody does. So how was your week, Matt?
Just a whole lot of trying to sleep with a screaming baby.
Aw,
Can't do anything for herself. What a freeloader.
You were a freeloader once too, Matt.
Yeah, well. No, I mean, that's really all it's been. This whole week has just been trying to acclimate to having a baby. So I'm working all day, still at the house in my own office. Daedra's off. And for the most part, she watches the baby all day long. She comes and gives her to me occasionally throughout the day so she can get some other stuff done while I'm working. But at night, what I've taken to doing is try to give her a few hours of sleep. So I'll take the baby at around 10 o'clock and stay out in the living room with her and try and get her to sleep out there while Daedra goes and sleeps until about 2 or 3 in the morning. And then we swap it 2 or 3. And for the most part, that's been going great. Baby will sleep most of that time that I'm out there with her. I'll have to get up and like feed her a bottle one time. But no, last night she decided to be the monster from every horror movie, just screeching in everybody's ear nonstop. And danger, like I'm at home. We recorded the wrestling podcast the night before, and the way that one goes is because we have such a short window of time to record it, because we have to do it in between actual wrestling shows on the television. So we're not behind on things, but we have to get it out before the next wrestling shows. So we have to record it, and then I have to immediately edit it and immediately put it out. And so, but basically all Thursday night is shot just based on that every other week.
Okay.
So I'm doing that, and I'm still in the middle of it. And Daedra, who the kid's been screaming for ever already at this point, Daedra comes in and says...
The kid has a name.
Yeah. And when I'm upset with her, she's the kid. And Daedra walks in and she goes, I'm about to drop kick this baby. Said, you have to take her. So I took her, and I'm like, all right. So she's still screaming. I have her. She's screaming. I don't know what to do with her. She's not hungry.
She had gas.
She did have gas, but like every time that she's had gas before this, we've been able to help her through it, and she's not having any of it. And so we're carrying around. I'm trying every different hold or whatever, and eventually it gets to the point where finally it's been long enough that she can eat again. So I give her a bottle, and she calms down long enough, thankfully, for me to finish my work while I'm holding her. So I'm typing one-handed and doing all this stuff. And then about the time I'm done, she's having another gas attack just nonstop. And so I'm up. Eventually, I've run out of ways to help soothe her. And so,
did you do her little leg?
Oh yeah, I did every trick that we've ever learned.
Did you rub her back?
I've rubbed everything. I've patted everything. I've held her every different which way. I've bounced. I've walked. I've gone outside. I've gone inside. I gave her gripe water. I gave her gas medicine. All the things. So at one point, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and she's still screaming, and I just have to sit her there and just let her scream, while I'm just sitting there dying inside, wanting to cry myself. And then eventually, she's screaming, and immediately falls asleep. Immediately. Eyes closed. I thought she died for a second. Like she cried herself to death. I was terrified for a split second. And then I realized, she cried herself to sleep. But it was so immediate. It was terrifying.
Baby girl.
Oh, yeah, poor little girl. Hopefully she develops her gut bacteria soon, so this gas problem should relieve itself a little bit.
So this brings back so many memories of when Mila was a baby.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about how she was every horror movie monster. When Mila was a baby, we used to say that she was a little velociraptor, because that's what she sounded like when... all the time, just this huge wail that would come out of no, and she was our tiniest baby, shortest and the least weight. When we brought her home, she was just over 5 pounds because she had lost so much weight in the hospital. But she'd just be laying there so cute, no hair, look like a porcelain doll, and then out of nowhere, this velociraptor scream would just take over, and it's like...
It can be so quick, too.
Yeah.
It's terrifying how quick it comes up.
Mila also had really bad stomach problems.
Yeah.
Although,
Eli was like that, but he didn't scream all that much. He just threw up nonstop.
Yeah. So Topher was really gassy, and he was the same way as Eli. He'd puke it up, and he'd be good.
Bleh. All over
Mila,
all of it.
And we've talked about this before on the show. She's probably in like 10 years, she's going to kill me for all the stories I've told about her on the radio. But she has earned her nickname Toots since the time she was a baby. And still to this day, like the other night, we're playing Ticket to Ride.
Well,
and we're all...
That's the stuff she's going to get mad at you about.
It's okay. I don't care.
To this day.
I don't care. We're all playing Ticket to Ride at the dining room table. And out of nowhere, just sitting there moving her pieces. She just lets it rip, and we all look, and we're like, seriously? And
It was the engine.
she chuckles, and she's like, I've been doing it for the past 5 minutes. Y'all just didn't hear those.
Y'all weren't reacting. I had to make it louder.
Yep,
She's
so,
great. I
yeah.
hope she never grows out of being proud of them.
I really don't
that's
think
the
she
best
will at this
attitude.
point.
That's the best
Yeah.
attitude to have.
Yeah.
All right, we've been talking far too much.
Yeah.
Let's take a break right here. When we come back, kneel before Blob.
Stick around.
Wait till you hear this story, guys. Oh my gosh.
OMG.
It's such a weird, wacky story.
They're all weird and wacky.
All right, so I'm going to get these
Weird and
weird news
wacky.
stories open.
Weird and wacky.
Anyway, good to see you, Thray. Welcome to the party.
Hooray. Hey, did you notice that the second you guys started talking, the second you started talking ugly about Natalie, everybody's like, hey, you be nice to little sus.
I did see that, yeah.
She is the most protected child on the planet. Probably not, but still. All right, you need to pull it up.
She was born on an Among Us night. Well, Among Us Day. So.
Hey, are our names down there new?
No.
I'm just
Actually,
not noticing
no,
it.
they've been there.
And also, mine looks like your heartbeat. What's that called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called either, but I know what you're talking about. The little monitor. Heart monitor?
Yes,
No.
thank
Well,
you. Whatever.
EKG. Thank you, Gabigan.
EKG.
I knew we had
You can
smart
always
people
count.
here.
Hey, and Gabigan, I'll be waiting anxiously for the mallet.
Hey, it's a talk show where we have to talk to each other.
Yeah.
It's not just a sit and listen show.
Talk to each other, not over each other. So when I'm in the middle of saying something, the least you can do.
Look, when your story is like 20 minutes long, I got to interject a little bit. I mean, I'm the one with the script here. I got to jump in every now and then.
I got a script. I have an outline.
You have an outline. All right, here we go. Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And we changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week we record our shows the Friday or Saturday before with our friends. Follow us on twitch.tv/LTNOnAir to be notified when we go live. And join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after show discussion and even opportunities to be on the show yourself. But before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
The mock chunk switchback railway served two purposes. Mock
chunk switchback railway.
It was just the name.
Got
Mock
it.
chunk switchback railway. Served two purposes. Built in 1827, the gravity railway would carry coal during the day, and by 1873, it was carrying over 30,000 passengers for a joyride and just 75 cents.
What? Uh-huh. I'd ride a train for 75 cents.
It was more like a roller coaster.
That's pretty cool.
The first roller coaster, because they had to carry the coal.
I got you. Okay,
uh-huh.
okay. It's like Donkey Kong.
Essentially, yes. So before that,
Heck yes.
they would have mules that would push the carts back.
Yeah.
The coal would go, because it was gravity based.
Right.
The coal
So they would just have
uh-huh.
people sit in it together. That's brilliant.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yep.
Not safe at all.
No.
But I love it.
Not even a little bit.
That is exactly Donkey Kong.
Yep.
Mine carts, best stages on all the Donkey Kong games.
Hey, now it's over to our weird news desk.
All right, we got some weird ones for you today. First off, this is a funny one in my opinion. Man's handwriting was so bad that Eastbourne bank staff didn't know that he was trying to rob them.
Okay.
Police said Alan Slattery, 67, retired of Stonehouse Drive, St. Leonard's, was given a 6-year extended sentence when he appeared at Lewis Crown Court on Friday, July 16. Slattery entered 3 banks in Eastbourne and Hastings in the space of 2 weeks and used written notes to ask the cashiers to hand over money. According to police, his first attempt was at Nationwide Building Society in Terminus Road, Eastbourne, at 10:45. A lot of information. But due to poor handwriting, the employee was unable to read the note, and Slattery left empty-handed. The Sussex police spokesperson said staff at the bank later eventually managed to read the note, which I'm presuming he left when he went away. And it said, "Your screen won't stop what I've got. Just hand over the 10s and 20s. Think about the other customers." But they didn't read it. He didn't get anything and he left. So they then rang the police, who attended and seized the note and the CCTV footage from inside the bank, went and found him and arrested him. But I mean, just come on. If you're gonna rob, well, not that I'm giving you tips on how to rob a bank, but if you're gonna, take an extra second to write legibly.
I mean,
oh, here's one that'll make your head hurt. Woman sues McDonald's, claims that a burger advertisement compelled her to break her Lent fast.
what? Wow.
A Russian woman is suing the fast food giant McDonald's after an advert showed the cheeseburgers allegedly made her break her fast during Lent. Her name, I'm going to try and pronounce it. Ksenia
Ksenia.
Ksenia Avokchikov. No.
She's Russian.
Inakova. An Orthodox Christian from Omsk, Russia, claimed that seeing McDonald's adverts made her break her fast in Lent in 2019, and at the time she was attempting to stay away from meat and other animal products. For Orthodox Christians following the Julian calendar, Lent is a strict period where they are expected to stay away from meat byproducts, poultry, eggs, and dairy for the entire period. That's right, no Fridays off, American Christians. Claims that she hadn't eaten meat in a month when the fast food chain's adverts for burgers and nuggets made her break her fast. Is now accusing the fast food giant of breaking the consumer protection law and insulting her religious feelings. Not freedoms, feelings.
Wow.
She blames the company for advertising meat and animal products at a time when Christians are refraining from them and is requesting 1,000 rubles, which is $14, as compensation for sustained moral damage. She's suing McDonald's for $14.
For hurting her feelings. Her Lenten feelings.
I mean,
wow.
Look. That's why they put fillet of fishes on the menu. Well, you can't even eat fish.
I was about to say.
Can you? Oh no, wait. Poultry, eggs, and dairy. Doesn't say anything about fish. You can eat fish.
Oh.
Eat the fish.
Fillet of fish.
That's why every fast food place gets all nuts about fish.
There is cheese on the fillet of fish.
That's true, but you can get that off.
And
it's still going to be
dairy.
good. It's still going to be good with the tartar sauce.
Tartar?
The tartar sauce. All right, here's the big one.
Hold on. Do you say tartar or do you say tartar?
No, I say tartar.
Oh, never mind.
Are you about to shame me?
No.
Or do you say tartar?
I grew up saying tartar.
Yeah.
That's how my mom says it. There was
a whole Superstore bit about that between tartar and tartar. But anyway, that's a whole different thing.
Okay.
Go find it online. It's funny. All right. Here's the big one. A brainless blob that can think is being sent into space to see what happens. This is what we're talking about with this is how every science fiction horror movie begins.
Okay, so is it flubber?
No, look, you can see the picture. Not everyone can see the picture. A slime mold known as Blob will be launched to the International Space Station, where scientists will study how microgravity impacts the single-celled organism's capabilities. The Blob is also known as Physarum polycephalum. Hey, I said it right. And the yellow mold has become of immense interest to scientists studying animal cognition because of how it can think, make decisions, sleep, learn, and even navigate a maze despite not having a brain. It has even been found to adapt and transmit knowledge to other slime molds. The Blob will be launched on the Northrop Grumman's 16th Commercial Resupply Service mission. It's already happened. It happened on the 10th, along with several other science experiments that will also take place aboard the ISS. The Blob experiment aboard the ISS is an educational investigation carried out by the National Center of Space Studies in partnership with the French Center of Scientific Research and the European Space Agency. The ESA astronaut Thomas Pesquet Pasquette.
No, I'm sure.
Pasquette.
I'm sure it's Pasque.
Pasquette will be tasked with awakening the blob. That just is terrifying. Your job is to awaken the blob. With a couple drops of water. Once it makes it to the ISS, the goal of the experiment is to observe how microgravity impacts the blob's behavior towards its food, which is oats. It eats oats. It's a blob with no brain that eats oats. Using videos automatically recorded aboard the ISS, students ages 10 to 18 years old from 5,000 schools will compare the findings concluded from samples here on Earth against those found in the space station. In addition to investigating what happens to the weirdly intelligent brainless blob in space, the experiment's aim is to promote the sciences to students and demonstrate how scientists conduct research in space. For those of you in the chat who are saying this is how you get Among Us, yeah.
I know.
This is it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
We were all wondering what the lore was behind that game. Well, this is how it begins.
Yep. That
the brainless
exactly
blob on the space station is going to learn how to replicate themselves into one of the astronauts.
Yep. How? Yep.
I mean, there's no way to read this story and not think of a horror movie. Like, of all the things it can do with no brain. It communicates with other blobs. It adapts and transmits information to other brainless blobs.
It sleeps and eats, but has no brain.
It can think and make decisions and has no brain.
I don't understand at all. To me, it's
I've been accused of that, but
it's like Tamagotchi on steroids. That's what it reminds me. Do you remember Tamagotchi?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I had one of them.
So, like, if Tamagotchi met Flubber and met Smart House.
Met Among Us.
That's
what we got here.
Yeah. Our entire... I don't know.
Ugh.
I don't know. I have no idea.
So, yeah.
Threy is asking if Elon Musk funded this.
No, I don't believe so. But he would. You're right. He definitely would. All right. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, a new song takes it a step further than Reckless Love.
Stick around.
That's right. You're lying. Sorry about that.
Again.
Anyway, that's going to be our main topic this week. And we do not do those on Twitch. We save the main topics for the show. So if you want to hear about that, make sure you listen to the radio show this week, Monday through Wednesday, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with an encore at 10. Wait, I said p.m. a.m. with an encore at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, we're going to move on to our Tuesday show now. Oh, so what do y'all think of the Blob? You all right?
No.
Blob? Let's do that Blob.
Let's not.
By Monday, our world is already overrun with blob monsters. We're not even going to get to hear these shows where we warned you. Brain slugs. Brain slugs? Brain slugs. That's what's happening here. Futurama. Did you ever watch Futurama?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember the brain slugs?
No.
They just attach to your head and they would be you. They would just take over your body. And the brain slugs even in Among Us. They put it as one of the hats.
Well, see, and so I was just sitting here thinking, what was her name?
Who?
The purple girl. It started with an L. On Futurama.
Oh, I don't remember. I haven't watched in a long time.
I'm wondering if that's where they got their design idea from or for Among Us. Because she had the one eye.
Oh, Leela.
Leela!
She's not purple.
She wasn't purple?
I mean, she had purple hair.
That's what it was. She was pink.
I was thinking you meant the Asian girl that's dressed
yeah.
in all purple.
No. Leela. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Or Layla.
No,
Layla.
it was Leela.
Is it Leela?
It's Leela.
It's one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes,
well, anyway.
Toffee is purple.
We're going to start recording our Tuesday show now. And go.
Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to episode 392 of the Back Row Morning Show, a part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network and the exclusive official morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, a father of three, including a newborn baby girl, a Green Lantern fan, and a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than absolutely no one. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
Today on the show, do the words we use in worship and prayer really matter?
Also on the show today, our Discord will debate a topic about schoolwork.
But first, today is Tuesday, August 17th, 2021, and we got some holidays to celebrate.
That's right. It's National Black Cat Appreciation Day.
Yee, no thanks.
Hey.
Hard pass. Hard pass on appreciating cats at all in any way, in any form.
Oh, okay. Not just black cats.
Not just
You're
black
not
cats.
superstitious or...
Oh, nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Good.
Well, I mean, I think
Very
all cats are
superstitious.
bad luck, but I just... Nah.
Writings on the wall.
What else?
It's also National Thrift Shop Day.
Yeah, okay, I can get behind that. We're talking about the song, right?
No.
We're not talking about that thrift shop song?
What's the thrift shop song?
You don't remember? It was like the most popular song for like far too long. It was like a meme song almost at some point.
Are you lying to me?
No! Someone in the Twitch chat, tell me who it was by. Macklemore, yeah.
Thrifting?
No, thrift shop.
Oh,
She's talking about actually going to thrift shops.
thrifting. Okay.
But no, I used to go to like Goodwill all the time and other places like that.
We don't have good thrift shops around here. Back home, there's a secondhand store called Clothesline, and it's all like your higher end, better quality clothes that are secondhand. Clothes and shoes. And then, I can't remember what the kids store was called. So it was Clothesline, just Clothesline for the longest time. They had their own little storefront, but then they bought the storefront right next door and did children's clothes. And it had a cute name too, but now I can't remember what it was. Oh, well.
Darn.
That's all.
I forgot to get people in the Twitch chat, so I've paused our recording. We need people in our Twitch chat over at BackRowBuds, backrowdiscord.com, because we are going to be talking about something. So we got one folk in there. We need a few folk.
A few folk.
A few folk. If you're in our Discord, jump in and you can chat with us. If you're not in our Discord, join it so you can be next time. Backrowdiscord.com. Here, I'll put that in the chat too. ! Discord. Shaklacky right there. The first one. Join the second one there too. The Love Thy Nerd Discord, because we love that. Do I need to turn off the sound on Twitch? Yes, you do, because Twitch will be at a delay and that will confuse you and probably make noise in the background.
Confuse you.
All right, so we got at least two people in there. That means we can start, but feel free to jump on in if you're still getting there. We're going to pick back up with the recording now. So once a week, we like to open up our Discord, backrowdiscord.com, for some of our back row buds to argue some of the internet's favorite arguments. Today, with school starting soon across the country, today, I think it's today. My boy is in school today, or yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, well,
Yesterday.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Has it always been on Monday? I feel like it's always been on Tuesday, and
No,
suddenly
it's
on
always
Monday.
been on Monday.
I don't remember that. All right, anyway. With school starting across the country, we're inviting our back row buds on to discuss a topic that comes up often in school settings all the way through college. The question is, should teachers force students to do group projects? Now, however you interpret that question is up to you, but we're going to open up the Discord chat here. We got 3 people in here. Hello.
Hey.
Hello there.
Aw,
Hello, friends.
all the voices.
Hello.
I know.
All right.
Hello.
So we have got Brian. We have got Hillary. We have got Thray. How are y'all tonight? This morning, obviously, because it's morning when we're recording this.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously the morning.
That's
Totally,
exactly
this
right.
is as awake as I always am. Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't be.
And I
Yeah.
think our friend Lark is coming in as well. Our friend Rachel is coming in as well.
So
whenever
this
she
is
gets in.
Tuesday morning. We're actually in the car driving on the way to our first day of homeschool co-op today.
Awesome.
that's
Absolutely.
awesome.
That's exactly
I
what's
heard
happening.
the topic and I had to join.
Okay. All right. So the question at hand, whoever's got the microphone or speakers on really heavy in the background, if you can mute that, be great.
KY, I think that's you.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it's you, definitely. Yeah, we'll just keep you muted until you're talking. That's fine. So the question is, should teachers force students to do group projects? And I'll save my opinions for after, but we'll go ahead and start with Thray. We'll start with Thray.
Ooh.
Oh, great. Well, okay, so should teachers force students to do group projects? Is
Someone
that
call Meg.
accurate?
That's the question.
Oh, actually, I dare you to ping her.
Dare.
Yes, pretty much. She's an anxious teacher getting ready to go back to school. I hated group projects as a kid because I was always that kid that ended up doing whatever work was not done.
Mm-hmm. You seem
and
like
then
that person.
and then had to receive the grade for everyone's lack of participation if necessary.
Yeah.
However, I do think that group projects are a lost art, that as a society we are just failing
Okay.
to know how to do. You'll see that every time we try to pass a federal budget as a society. We flunk group
Together.
projects as adults. We just finish school and then we go, well, I don't have to do group projects anymore. Well, the joke's on you. It's nothing but group projects everywhere if you want anything to function.
That's all life is.
There are very few professions where you do not have to basically do a group project in order for it to succeed.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Good point of view.
so as much as I hate them, we really should learn that discipline at some point.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
the end.
Let's jump over to Brian. Brian, what are your thoughts?
So I would agree with Thray because I was also that kid that would end up doing most of the work, and then, but sometimes I would actually also let the teacher know, and the teacher would actually be like, okay, well, just do what you have to do, and then I'll grade yours separately, especially if they knew I was a good student and everything. And so the other student would get a worse grade than I. So
That's better.
that was kind of funny sometimes when they would look at it like, oh, I thought I was going to get the same grade as you. But no, it's something that I think we do need as a society to learn to work together, even when we don't always agree, and work out our differences. And because there's disagreements that come up in group projects on how to divide up work or how something should be done.
Yeah.
And I think you can learn that a lot better if you can learn that as a child growing up in school doing that, then it can only help you become a better adult. So I think as much as I didn't like them because I just wanted to be the quiet kid and do my work and that was it, it teaches you some valuable skills.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good thoughts. Good thoughts. Hillary, let's jump on you. Let's bring a new person in to the discussion here. First time in the arguing on Discord section. What do you got?
Well, full disclosure, I'm currently homeschooling my kids. We've always homeschooled, so that's kind of the place I'm coming from. But just like Thray and Brian, I was the one that did the work because, well, I can't delegate that because I'm not in charge of anybody, so it has to get done. And I have very visceral memories of sitting in the school library in middle school doing the bridge made out of popsicle sticks. So So basically, what I'm seeing with my kids, the way that we're kind of going through things is the big difference is setting clear expectations ahead of time for what each person's responsible for, which I think Brian kind of touched on, and making sure they knew, like, this is the part that you're supposed to be doing yourself, and here's what you're going to be doing together, and having periodic check-ins and making all of those things just really clear. And so everybody's pulling their weight, but you still touch it, occasionally together to see how everyone's progress is going. And that's been a completely different experience than I went through in my schooling personally. So Threy is 100% correct. There's really nothing you can do as a society member without having to interact with other people that you don't control. So,
all right. Good thoughts on that as well. And we will end with Lark. Our friend Rachel.
Oh, as I say for pretty much every single one of these, my opinion is complicated. Group work needs to be built properly to do it. You shouldn't just say, hey, here's a group project. Your grades are all in a group. Good luck. Really, especially as you're in younger grades, just learning how to be in a group, what you have to do is you have to build projects that, like, have set roles for people. So, like, not only is there, like, a group project as a group grade, but you can also tell, hey, this person actually carried their weight, this person didn't. And teach people how roles within a group work. And like, later on, you can reach the point where the groups are a bit less structured, but even then, please, for the love of everything, if a student really does not want to work in a group, and you know they're going to get their work done, just let them work alone. If you know this person is, like, capable of working in groups and just really doesn't feel like it today.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So here's my thoughts. Much like everybody else pretty much has said, I was always the one that wound up having to carry the load for people who didn't want to do it. And the one that I remember distinctively, the one where I was convinced that I absolutely hated the idea of group work from that point forward, was my first year of college, which I only had 2 years. I didn't finish. My first year of college.
You didn't have to tell us that.
I was in a I don't even remember the class now because I've tried to scrub it from my memory as much as I can. But it was like our first week, and we had this discussion set up for a 4-person group that we were supposed to get together. And I was about to set up, sorry. 4-person group that we were supposed to get together and form this whole project, write this all out, making this big presentation on a PowerPoint or whatever and present it to the class. And so after class ended, all 4 of us gathered up and we said, okay, tonight, let's meet at the library, 6:30, and we'll get this thing knocked out. And we were all on board. We were all going to do it. Guess who was the only one who showed up? I sat in front of that library for an hour waiting for anybody else from my group to show up. Nobody did. So I went home, made the entire thing myself, came to class that 2 days later, and there's like, oh, I forgot. Oh, I had a meeting I forgot about. Okay, well, thanks for doing all the work, Matt. Like, yeah. So I approached my teacher, like Brian did, saying, hey, can we get separate grades if we're going to do this group work stuff? Because nobody else wants to do it. And he said, no, that's not how we're going to do things. We're going to do it. You know, we all have to work together. Like Threy said, you'll have to work together, and your grade's going to be a together grade. And, well, I hated that idea. And that was the entirety of that year in that class for me. Is I would go home and I would just make the entire thing myself, just in case everybody else flaked, which happened 75% of the time the rest of that year. So I hate the idea of group work when the grade is dependent on the group. If the grades can be separate, if you don't have to rely on each other in order to pass the dang class, then I guess I'm okay with it. Because, yes, you do have to learn to work together. I get it. What do you think, Mo?
Do you really want to know?
I do. You were the person that flaked. I believe it.
So, unlike everyone else who shared, I was the one who didn't do the work. But let me explain, okay?
But wait, I had a reason.
Hold on. You gotta listen.
Forgiveness for all.
You gotta listen. So I've shared this before, but I've always felt a little bit less than when it comes to academics. I felt like everybody, all of my friend group was smarter than I was. They always just, things came easy for them, whereas school was really difficult for me. I had a very hard time just passing classes that were easy. And looking back on it, I think that a lot of that had to do with anxiety. But of course, as a kid, you don't know that. That's not something that,
Right.
and especially with our generation, I think now with my kids' generation, they have a better understanding.
Yeah, a little more aware. Yeah. I
But
get that.
with our generation, it was totally different, you know? And I can remember knowing I am letting these people down. I am letting this group down, and I don't deserve the grade that I'm getting. But I am thankful that I did get that grade,
Yeah.
because the struggle that I dealt with, and I'm not saying that it was right at all, but the struggle that I dealt with was far heavier than anybody could have ever understood or realized. It was not for a lack of drive or motivation. It wasn't for a lack, like out of laziness. It was simply because I didn't feel like I had enough to contribute.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like you guys already know this. If I give anything, it's not going to make any sense. It's not going to be worth anything to contribute to the project in the first place. So whatever, you guys do it. That was
And see,
where I came from.
Again, I think that's where this would benefit of, you have 4 distinct sections, or however many people. You have a distinct section that you're responsible for. And therefore, it would require you to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And your grade is just dependent on your section.
So in high school, we did a group project, and I was the one who ended up having to write and give the speech for the project. Which that's right up my alley. I was like, okay, I can do that. And people don't like to talk. People don't like to give speeches.
Yeah.
So the
They
second
would rather
that
be in the casket than giving the obituary.
exactly. So the second that I was like, I'll do that. They're like, okay, sure.
Please. Yes.
But,
Be
you
our
know,
guest.
up until this point, I had kind of proven myself to be lazy and unconcerned with grades, so they weren't very hopeful. But we ended up making an A on the entire project, and a lot of it had to do with the speech presentation part of it. So if a teacher is able to truly know her students and know their strengths and their weaknesses, and then pair up her students with kind of an evenly diverse group, it can be a beautiful thing, because it can teach us, this person's not anything like me. And in most scenarios, in most cases, I have very little in common with them, but working in a group with them actually pans out really well.
Yeah.
That is such a huge life lesson that we can carry on until we are in the grave.
Yeah.
You know, that's incredibly beneficial.
Yeah. And I don't disagree with that. But here's my perspective of how that affected me. Being unfortunate enough to almost constantly be in and it didn't just happen that 1 year of college, but that was the worst year of it. But I have, most of the time there's been a group project, been in groups that have been not holding up their end, where it's been mainly on my shoulders. And as I've grown up, I have become a person who just doesn't trust anybody to get anything done correctly. And so I really struggle letting go of some responsibility. And that happens here in the church, where I took over the entire sound booth. It's at least a 2-man job, would work really better with 3. And I took it over. We used to have a rotation schedule of people that are going to be doing it, but no, I can't count on people to focus enough to change the slides or do what needs to be done. So it's my job now every week. And it's taken a lot to even let myself step back and let somebody else run the slides during worship time sometimes, which we have one guy that'll do it occasionally, but I'm still in the booth when it's happening. And that translates here on the radio too. Bubba gets on me all the time for not having more of a team to delegate some of this LTN radio stuff. And I'm like, oh, but I don't trust anybody else with my baby here. You know what I mean? And I really think that goes back to how I just could not trust anybody I was in a group work situation with for so long. And so I don't know. I feel it's a double-edged sword just based on your personal experience, I feel like.
Well,
yeah.
Could I just point out one thing? Real quick?
Absolutely.
Matt, in particular, and you've, in recent moments, have started delegating possibilities of how highlight videos get put together.
Yeah.
And first, thank you for giving that trust to us. I wish that we would have somebody that, is a little more enthusiastic of going, yeah, Matt, I got this. But you're letting that go a little bit.
Oh, I'm trying little by little.
I
appreciate that.
I recognize that is a moment of trust, and thank you for it. And as someone who, like you, had a lot of trust issues because of what I ended up with.
Oh, you've gone mute.
Three.
You've muted out.
Three,
come back.
You fell in a well.
Why we lost you?
I'm still here.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yay!
As someone
Am I
who,
here?
yes,
I think so.
Yeah.
as someone who had trust issues,
who ended up,
there you go.
yeah, and had to do a lot of the group project work. One of the most humbling situations I ever had was when I had to tell a group that I, for outside reasons, was not going to be able to pull my load for a moment. And the rest of the group went, totally get it. We've got this. You do your thing. We'll let it ride. And that was really hard. But they pulled through, they got it together, and they let me get that grade. And it's, as much as it tells us how to learn to delegate things, it also teaches us to trust and to just kind of let go.
Oh yeah.
And that doesn't always work out, but
oh sure. And definitely I'm not saying that what I'm doing is good, because it's not. It's too controlling, and I do need to let go of some of this stuff. And I do appreciate you realizing that it did take actually a lot of effort to be able to do the little bit that I've done so far. But
so it's kind of funny because this is like a real life look into our friendship and how we, through all the ministries that we've worked with together, this sums it all up with a beautiful little bow on top. Because you are what?
Nothing.
Why?
I'm not reacting to you.
Okay, whatever.
I'm uncomfortable because it's talking about me. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Because you are the one you want to get things done. And you, even with me, have a difficult time trusting that I will get things done correctly and to the standard at which you want them done. No, listen, I remember very specifically sitting right here and you complaining about how tired you were and about how much prep work you had to do and how much editing you had to do and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I could do some. And your whole look of, no, you can't. No, you can't. You can't do anything.
Well, I didn't say that. Just the.
I said your whole
I know.
book.
I'm just making it clear again to everybody.
No, what you said was, yeah, I guess. But the look of sheer terror and panic spoke
Oh yeah, it's
Bigger
hard.
than-
It's hard to let go when you've spent so long not trusting anybody with anything else on a project that you want to look good at. Yeah.
But even on my end, I've had to learn to just be honest and just say, like this past week, I'm going to need another week to work on this.
Yeah, Mo's working on our Christmas version of Sunday School Answers, which is it's not going to be an expansion pack. It's going to be like half the size of the normal core game, so it's going to be big enough to play just for Christmas time. And yeah, so she's working on that, and I've been hounding her. And,
Not hounding.
Slightly hounding.
Not hounding.
But,
Gentle
she's still got
nudging
time.
is what
She's
you...
still got time.
Can I interject for a second?
Oh my goodness, you can. What's up?
Absolutely.
I can. Okay, awesome. So I was just thinking about, Matt, how your lifelong tendency to be the one that picks up the slack and have now almost been trained by your experiences to go ahead and just do the thing. Is God has redeemed that, if I'm allowed to say that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I would say that God has used that in what you were talking about on yesterday's show, how you take over at night for your wife so she can sleep and you take the newborn in the living room. And that a lot of husbands and fathers, it wouldn't occur to them to offer something like that, whereas you naturally just say, let me go ahead and take ownership of that. Let me go ahead and do this thing and be part of this, because this is it's my project too. She's my project too. And that's been a blessing to your wife.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, that's yeah.
He has a hard time
I have a hard time
accepting-
accepting praise, but I appreciate it.
Yes.
It's true, and my wife has expressed the same sentiment to me, so I know I was doing something right.
Yeah.
But I mean, at times it has its benefits. You're absolutely right. But yeah, we could all, none of us are perfect, and we could all work to better ourselves in many areas. And so I continue to try to continue to redeem myself in many of those areas. But I do thank you for those.
So to
those
pull
kind
it all
words.
back, yes, group projects are a good thing. They are important. They do have value, even though they're difficult for some.
It's become a therapy session for me.
Thank you to our friends for arguing on Discord.
Thank you, everybody. We're going to go ahead and close out the call, but thank you for being a part of this.
Have a good night.
She meant morning. Have a good morning, because we're recording this for the morning show.
In the morning.
Clearly, this is not a Friday night.
Not at all.
Before the Tuesday.
We would have so many other things to do on a Friday night.
All right, we're going to take a break right here. When we come back, nope, not that. Darn it, I didn't change that. When we come back, we got junk food. Stick around. I read your line
You
again.
even stole my stick around. Good grief. I don't have anything.
I keep
See?
doing that.
See?
I can't even let you read stick
You
around.
can't even let me read my lines that you gave me.
I'll let you read your name here as we start this.
Are you sure?
Yeah, here we go.
Hold on. Do you remember the time?
When I said, I'm Radio Matt, and you said, and I'm Matt. Yeah, that was great.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And we've changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week we record our shows on Friday or Saturday, the one before the week where it begins. Follow us on twitch.tv/LTNOnAir to be notified when we go live, and to join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after show discussions and even opportunities to be on the show yourself.
On your show yourself?
Just like in our last segment, where we had quite a few of our friends on the Discord join us for our Arguing on Discord segment. So, yeah, I'm still kind of verklempt about what happened there, because
All right, stop talking. Because on our...
I'm experiencing growth!
On Tuesday, our Tuesday taste tests are now only available on our video platforms. So catch it live on Twitch or later in the week on YouTube at youtube.ltnonair.com or on our TikTok at the back row LTN.
TikTok's kind of delayed. I'm really behind. I'm really behind on the. I'm currently on video 2 or 3 of a 4-part series of us eating spicy jelly beans, which is a few weeks ago now. But I'll catch up.
I'm still mad that the Carolina Reaper wasn't recorded.
I mean, we still have the box. We can do that.
Heck no.
I had to have one on the dang last pay-per-view watch along for wrestling.
Sorry.
So that was fun.
Nope. All right.
Before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
Researchers at the National Institutes of Health discovered that the genetic mutations that cause cats to have black coats may offer them protection from diseases. In fact, the mutations affect the same genes that offer resistance to HIV in humans. Mm-hmm.
That's weird. All I heard is that the cats are going to be harder to kill.
Wow.
Now.
That's not what I said at all.
Line. I stopped myself from reading your line. You're welcome.
Well, I'm disturbed by your comment. Now it's time we come clean and admit that we are major junk food nerds. And every week we like to showcase and talk about junk food that's been recently announced or even spotted in stores or on menus.
And here we go. We're going to kick off today with Mountain Dew Voodoo.
Voodoo
is back for the 3rd time. It's a mystery flavor, and it's the 3rd iteration of a mystery flavor, meaning it's different from the first 2. The first 2 were candy corn and fruity candy explosion.
Okay.
Which might have been like Pop Rocks flavor. I don't know what was going on. Reviews of this year's flavor put it somewhere between like a red licorice and a cherry starburst. So pick one up and tell us what you taste. Snickers has added a slight variant to its brownie candy bars. Now they have an almond brownie and dark chocolate square candy bar. We still haven't tried the original one. Have you tried it?
Oh, I've tried it.
What did you think?
Amazing.
Really?
Yes.
I heard bad things.
Oh,
well, now I need to try it. Okay. I trust you. You were right about them fudge brownie M&Ms.
Thank you.
Straight garbage. Just a fat plain M&M.
That's all it is.
No reason to exist.
That's exactly right.
Speaking of M&Ms, Creepy Cocoa Crisp is back for Halloween. It is a M&M that's got the Rice Krispie center thing, but it's supposed to taste like Cocoa Krispies.
Ooh, yum.
In Reese's new decision to just sell their Reese's trees all year long in different amorphous blobs, we are getting Reese's footballs now. Reese's pumpkins are also starting to show up in stores, which, you know what?
Are you ready for some football?
I'm complaining about it, even though that's my favorite version of Reese's, like the Reese's trees, the Reese's eggs, or whatever. That kind. I mean, it's different.
It's the consistency.
It's softer. Yeah,
I don't know.
And I enjoy it a lot, but I also don't want it all year long. It should be saved Christmas and Easter, trees and eggs. That's it. Because it makes it special. It's like the Cadbury cream egg. I don't want that all year long.
But you
want
can
that
get
at
them all
Easter.
Year long.
But you're not supposed to.
Oh. Sorry. I want them all year long.
All right. Skittles Shriekers are back. This year, the Shriekers mix contains shocking lime, spine-tingling tangerine, citrus scream, rattled raspberry, and ghoulish green apple flavors. Additionally, some of the Skittles are very sour and hidden in the mix by sharing the same colors as the flavors listed.
Interesting.
Cheez-Its is launching a new online store with 3 exclusive online-only flavors. The website shop.cheezit.com is already has a lot of Cheez-It merch on sale, but the new flavors are part of an extra toasty Superfan 4-pack. In addition to a box of normal extra toasty Cheez-Its, it also contains extra toasty extra spicy, extra toasty extra cheesy, and extra toasty cheddar jack.
We've already talked about how the extra toasty ones are my favorite.
The best.
Yeah.
They're so good.
So the extra toasty, extra spicy might be amazing.
In early 2022, Mountain Dew is going to enter a new grocery aisle.
What?
With their new hard Mountain Dew.
Oh my word.
In 3 flavors. Original Dew flavor, black cherry, and watermelon. Each drink is 5% alcohol. No word on the caffeine content, but I hope we don't have another Four Locos situation going around here.
You have
Duncan.
6 years, Topher. 6 years. Sorry. You just got a deal.
Duncan Pumpkin Spice seasonal menu is launching tomorrow. Okay. Wednesday. It's coming. The menu features a new pumpkin cream cold brew and apple cranberry refresher.
Ooh,
those are two
that
different
sounds
things. Sorry, those are two
Oh, yeah.
different things. Pumpkin cream cold brew and separately apple cranberry refresher.
That would have been disgusting had they been one. Yeah.
Pumpkin spice signature latte, pumpkin flavored coffee drinks, apple cider donut, and pumpkin donut muffin and donut holes are also returning this season. So if you're a fan, then now you're going to be living the dream.
I'm a fan of apple cider.
Yeah?
Not.
I do like it when they add that flavor as well. It's not just
love
all
apple
pumpkin
cider.
stuff, but get some of that apple cider going.
It's my favorite.
If it's tangy and brown, you're in cider town. That's how you can tell the difference between apple juice and apple cider. The whole thing was Ned Flanders. If it's sweet and yellow, you got juice there, fella. If it's tangy and brown, you're in cider town. That's how you know.
You know,
Now
Ned
you'll never
Flanders
forget.
always had a way of making things sound incredibly inappropriate and awkward.
Back to Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew has updated their packaging for Code Red, Livewire, and Voltage to match the newer product designs. They're actually pretty cool looking. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. Still no word on Code Red Zero, but we're hounding them. I sent them a direct tweet the other day.
I'm not. You
saying,
are.
where the heck is this? Where is Code Red Zero? It was the second Mountain Dew flavor. Why is there no... You can't even get the diet variant outside of like Missouri. Like it's
Missouri?
only there. It's weird.
Yep.
Really weird.
Sorry.
And the raspberry lemonade flavored Mountain Dew Spark is back at Speedway stores for a limited time.
Why so many Mountain Dew things?
There's so many. There's so many flavors. Campfire Marshmallows is jumping on the Stay Puffed branding from Ghostbusters. Almost certainly as a tie-in with the upcoming movie. Get your bags of Stay Puffed and mini Stay Puffed marshmallows while you can, complete with the mascot that haunted your nightmares as a child.
Okay.
The Girl Scouts are selling thin mint flavored almonds in certain convenience stores. They're almonds that are covered in a dark chocolate with the minty flavor in it.
You know, I don't know. We did the whole Girl Scout rating thing, and Thin Mints was on top for me. Was it on top for you? I can't remember
next.
which
It was
one
second.
was yours.
It was second. Samoa's
Okay.
is number one for me.
But I don't know how the Thin Mint flavor would go with almond. I don't know.
You don't think so? Oh, I think so. I
Where's
think
it
it'd be
at? It's where did it say?
There's certain convenience stores. I don't know if we'll see it
All
here.
right. Hey, but if our friends see it anywhere, they sure enough can send it to us and we'll do a taste test.
I'll put Mo's address on the internet for you. I'll dox her so y'all can mail her stuff.
Fine.
Skinny Dipped, which you may also know from flavored almonds, is stepping up into the healthier candy game with salted caramel and, separately, almond sea salt chocolate candy bars, and also peanut butter cups in milk and dark chocolate, and all have much lower sugar and net carbs.
I haven't tried the Skinny Dipped. Have you?
I've tried the Skinny Dipped chocolate almonds. They're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about the candy bars, but I'll give them a shot. Definitely will.
Okay.
McCafe Home Brewing Keurig Pods are new. 3 new flavors are out, basically, is what I'm saying. Baked apple pie, after their baked apple pies.
Really?
Classic French toast and toffee almond. That's 3 almond things in a row.
We should get Toffee, the Toffee almond.
Jack in the Box, your favorite place.
Oh, I love Jack in the Box.
Coming out with spicy tiny tacos.
Yum.
Little red tiny tacos.
So good.
No, thank you. Hard
Yummy.
pass.
Have you ever had it
What? Tiny tacos?
from Jack in the Box?
Not from Jack in the Box. I've had it from
stop.
Allsup's here, and they're great. But I don't want the spicy version. That's what I'm saying. No, thank you to.
Whatever.
And lastly, the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar reviews are coming in. Despite fears of this being the new Coke 2.0, apparently This new formula, which is technically the third formula after Coke Zero and the original Coke Zero sugar, succeeds in further muting the artificial sweetener flavor to bring a more regular soda taste, though still not a spot-on Coke flavor.
Okay.
So, as their current commercials are drilling into your head, you gotta at least try it first. Like, literally, that's how their commercial ends. You gotta try it! They're like yelling at you. Try it first! You quit being so negative all the time. Maybe it's better.
It's the world that we live in. Don't they know that?
All right, let's take another quick break.
When we come back, do the words we use in worship really matter?
Stick around. Again, that is our main topic for our Tuesday show. You can catch that on Tuesday. All right. Now we're going to move on. Oh, gosh. Ooh, Wednesday's going to be great. If you're thinking of leaving right now from the Twitch stream, do not. Because these next two segments, top tier segments, we're going to have a blast. I am super excited for Wednesday's show. It's going to be fun. Can you dig it? Yes, you can. Here we go.
Can you dig it? We can dig it. Can you dig it?
I was thinking more Booker T from WWE. Can you dig that, sucker? 5 time. All right, here we go. That was the John Cena thing, but I meant to do the Booker T thing. That's what he does. 5-time World Championship. All right, here we go. Wrestling. I like it. I'm sorry. Okay.
Rise and shine, nerd.
Welcome to episode 393 of the Back Row Morning Show, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, a father of 3, including a newborn baby girl, a Green Lantern fan, and a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than absolutely no one. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
Did you swallow an air bubble there? What happened?
Well, I was saying la librarian. A la librarian.
Oh, all right. Today on the show, just what technically qualifies as a worship song anyway?
Yeah. And also on the show, Matt trolled a phone scammer.
Yeah.
What?
But first, today is Wednesday, August 18th, 2021, and we got some holidays to celebrate.
Hey, it's National Couples Day.
I mean, I'm in one, so I'm proud of it.
I mean...
Are you not proud of yours?
What I was gonna say...
couples are overrated, is just all I'm saying.
What I was gonna say was there's... lots of couples. Like, it doesn't have to be a married couple. We're a couple.
I mean, yeah, I guess, kind of.
Sorta.
A work pair? A work duo?
Ministerial couple?
No, I don't like that. I don't think that works.
No.
You can't even say like work couple because that implies like, you know,
we're getting paid.
Your work husband, your work wife.
Oh no,
you know,
I hate those
that kind
terms.
of stuff. Yeah, that's what that implies.
I
think we're going in the wrong direction.
There's a story there.
I think we're just like Oriel Jedi says, we're a couple of nerds.
We're a couple of nerds. That's there we go.
Yeah, gross.
Wow,
okay. I made it weird. I always do.
Well, not only that, but whenever you stretch or move your arm, I always think you're gonna hit me in my face. Yeah. Anyway, hey, we were at the mom prom a few years ago.
Oh, I remember you went to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a girl there who worked with Chris, and we walk in, and she goes, "Hey, it's my work husband!" And if I was ever about to fight somebody in public, it was about to be that girl at the mom prom. I looked at Chris, and he looks at me and goes, "I've talked to her 3 times." And I look at her and I said, "And he's my real life husband." And just stared at her until she walked away. Because I ain't about that life. I ain't got no work husband. You ain't got no work wife. It's that simple. Anyway, I might have trust issues. It's also National Fajita Day.
Here we go. There's something nobody can argue about. Fajitas are just delicious. Can I tell you? I went to I think this was in Denver. My dad was in the hospital And my mom and I just had to get out. So we went to a Mexican restaurant that we'd never been to. We're just like, let's just go someplace we've never been that we don't know, which my mom does not do. She eats at McDonald's every day. Like
No.
that's who she is.
The rule is when you're outside of the town you live in, you eat at places
That's what I
that you
told her.
don't have.
That's what I told her. I'm like, let's
in the
go
town you
somewhere
live
that
in.
you've never been.
That's the
we're
rule.
in a whole new place. Let's go somewhere. We went to this Mexican food place that had a fajita enchilada.
Ooh.
Enchiladas made with steak and chicken fajita meat. It is the best meal, not just Mexican meal period I've ever eaten in my life.
That sounds
and it
good.
was huge, and I forced myself to eat it all
Okay.
because it was so good,
Matt,
and I don't regret it.
I'm hungry.
Stop it. I appreciate the fact that you enjoyed this meal. Shut up.
I know. And I really want a tamale now. So just because it's Mexican and it's my favorite Mexican thing to eat.
Oh, man. Okay. Hey, this story I'm about to tell, it gets a little risque. So if you got little ones, don't let them watch or listen to it. Here we go. So one of my favorite things to do on this whole earth is play with scammers.
Yeah, we know it.
There have been a few awesome encounters that we have chronicled on the show. The best one probably being the one where someone was pretending to be my boss / pastor. It was fun.
Yeah.
We're going to have to bring that back just to play it again.
Oh,
so
gosh.
fun. But this past week, I got a text message that maybe many of us have received at one point or another. Similar to this, it went, "What's up? Are you Noah? This is Cheryl. We chatted on Badoo last time I went down to come see my cousin, but we never met for coffee. I'm back in town for a bit if you still want to for sure go out this time. Are you available?" Just in case this was legitimate, I simply replied, "Sorry, I am not Noah." Her reply was, "OMG, that's the worst. Haha. Have a feeling he slipped me the wrong number. Darn." I did appreciate the lack of profanity. "I prefer to believe he wrote it incorrectly. LOL. So you learn my name and how I look like. What's yours?" Now, with this text, this person sent me a headshot of a woman who is likely not this person at all, but the picture came with the text saying that I learned what she looked like. So it was confirmed in my mind that this is a scammer. And had she not used the name Noah as the person that she was trying to find, I probably would have passed this opportunity up completely. But I could not help myself. So here we go. This was my reply and the rest of our conversation.
Oh, my word.
Me. Are you asking me to pretend to be Noah? Like role play or something? Her response, "Nice to meet you. It's so crazy, but you seem to be sort of kind. You're not a stalker, are you? LMAO." And I replied, "I'm Noah. I'm into boating and I love animals. I've been working on a big project, but I'm way behind on it. And of course, it's raining today. You don't happen to have pets, do you? Like maybe 2 dogs or 2 cats? Because that would really help me out." Her reply, "ROFL, you're too much. I'm hanging out for a couple of weeks with my cousins. I've been stuck inside for too long. Want to hang out? I want to do something. What do you like to do to have fun?" My reply, "Well, if you've been stuck inside, then have I got an offer for you? You, me, and a luxury cruise on the high seas. We'll be aboard my yacht and sail until the rain stops and the waters recede into the ocean. And it's all expenses paid with one small caveat. We got to take care of some animals we're transporting. Have you ever bathed 2 elephants before?" Her reply, "I just got home from a quick spin class. I'm about to hop into the bathtub right now. You want to drop me some more pics?"
Oh, my gosh.
So now I was at this point, I was pretty sure I was dealing with an automatic response system because 1, I haven't sent any pictures. And 2, no question about the elephants.
Right.
Nothing. But I kept playing along anyway, mostly just to hone my skills. I found a painting of Noah looking concerned out into the distance as animals boarded the ark behind him, and in the far distance, a storm raged on, like thunder and lightning.
Oh, my word.
And I said, "Here you go, baby. I felt cute in this one. I'm all like, if these people only knew what destruction awaited them at the hands of God's holy wrath."
Oh, wow.
Her reply, "Send me another one, winky face." Now I wasn't quite so sure it was a bot. Or someone just typing from a script, ignoring what I'm actually saying. Because I did send a picture. So now the goal was to get some kind of response that had to be real. Okay? I pulled in that. That's what I did. I think one of the last ones that we talked about, I was trying to get her to say Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Just that was the whole thing. Just say Baby Yoda and I'll leave you alone.
Yep.
All right, anyway. So now I'm just trying to get some sort of response. So I pulled another painting of Noah with him standing on the edge of the ark's ramp as animals are filing in on either side of him, and he's kind of resting his chin on a staff, looking outward. I said, okay, this is a fun one with all my pets. I'm thinking in this picture, where the heck are the turtles? Smiley face. I did not get a reply as quickly as the other ones came in, so I sent a follow-up. I said, oh yeah, you said you had 2 dogs, right? I'm kind of in a bind, and the water is up to our ankles. I got a text back that was a picture of the same woman. She wasn't like scantily clad or anything, just a normal like selfie. Still, I'm sure this was pulled from someone's Facebook or something. However, at this point, her text began to get inappropriate. So I will do my best to clean it up just to get to the end of this here. I replied to her photo with, you shall bear me many strapping godly children as we repopulate the earth after 40 days and nights of rain.
Oh my gosh.
Again, I'm trying to get a genuine response.
Matthew.
Something. She says, what would you do to me?
Stop.
Come on. I mean, come on, guys.
Stop.
Who texts this kind of thing? So, again, I'm really confused as if this is a bot or not. Because the responses are at least accurate most of the time, even if they're ignoring the ridiculous stuff I'm saying. There's still like legitimate replies in most cases to what I'm saying. So I reply, well, first thing after we reach dry land, we will dress up in our finest sackcloth. And then things are going to get really wet because there's going to be a lot of animal droppings that we'll need to hose out of the boat because we're probably going to have to use the wood to build a house. And then we will procreate, not for pleasure, but because God has tasked us with keeping civilization alive, and it is our duty and honor to obey. How's that sound? Question mark.
Wow.
I needed a response, Mo.
I'm disappointed in you.
Her response. Swapping pictures makes me so... Okay, so the word that she uses here isn't necessarily inappropriate in and of itself, just in the context of the sentence, Mo. In the context of the sentence, it's inappropriate.
No.
So I'm just going to add a lot more words before we get to the end when the word was wet. I replied, no, I think that's the rain. It's really picking up now. Her response was, let me see what you're packing. I want to see your... Again, she uses a word that isn't necessarily obscene, except in the context of which she said. So once again, taking a bunch of words in between this so you don't get upset by the word shaft.
No!
I sent her a picture of a wooden grain silo from a farm and said, well, thank you. I'm quite proud of it. It's the biggest one in the province, but it's more of a silo than a shaft. I was packing animal feed in it, but we bagged all that up for the boat ride.
I am so disappointed
Too bad
in you.
it's going to be destroyed in the flood. I'm just talking about the story of Noah in the Old Testament. Her response proved to me that this was a bot. Because, I mean, clearly, if this was a person, they would keep this going. They wouldn't keep this going after getting a picture that looks nothing like actual male body parts. Her response was, I have Facebook, but I rarely ever use it. And I said, I'm on Face Scroll. What's a book?
That was the best.
And then she sent me a link and said, let's keep chatting here. So, of course, I'm not stupid enough to click on a link. It's either a link to an actual woman's like OnlyFans or something more likely a phishing site to get all my identities stolen. So I thought I had failed. But something... Oh, yeah, thank you for those bits, man. But... Something inside me said, push it one more time.
No.
So I replied, we don't have time to chat. The waters rise even now. We must board the ark and set sail or we will surely drown. No response. So I sent one more text in all caps. The storm rages. We must go now, Cheryl. Are you coming? After 5 minutes of waiting, I had given up and set my phone down, and I heard in the distance. I rushed to pick up my phone. Please stop texting this number. Boom! I did it. I win. I got the person to tap out. That's my only goal, and I made it. Whoever you are, phone scammer, you bowed to the mercy of me. Radio Matt.
I don't know if you should be proud of that.
Oh, I'm not. But it was fun.
There was a fine line there, Matthew.
It was a great few hours.
It was incredibly fine. Daedra knows all about this, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
Matt?
No, she'll hear about this with everybody else. Oh, man, it was so good. It was fun. Why is everyone so quiet?
Be dang glad you're not my husband.
Let's take a break here. When we come back, Mo goes head to head with one of our Discord buds in a game.
Stick around.
I can't
serious.
breathe. So funny.
Listen. You could have left everything else out and been like, it got slightly inappropriate.
I couldn't. I had great responses.
There were some innuendos. There were some things that would make Mo feel uncomfortable.
I can't leave those out.
The best line of the night was, I don't have Facebook, I have Face Scroll. That was the best line of the whole conversation.
Sorry, Maker says, and now your number is on a list for the next scammer to buy. Heck yeah, bring it on. I'm ready. More content.
I was going to say that doesn't upset him at all.
You can't tell me this wasn't content.
This
is great. My glasses are steaming up. It was so great. Oh. Is that like that's only our 13th quote on there. We haven't been doing the quote stuff. Oh, I'm glad people were laughing. I know it was on the edge. I know it got inappropriate, but I couldn't not share it because I won. I had to share it. Okay, here we go.
But yet, whenever I say things that are inappropriate, and a lot of times they're not even meant to be inappropriate.
No, that's why it's funny for you, because you say them not knowing they're inappropriate.
I mean, how many people out there know that Netflix and chill is actually inappropriate?
Every person on the planet but Mo knew what Netflix and chill meant.
I know now, but whatever. If I'm gonna Netflix and chill, I'm for real watching Netflix and chilling, and that means you ain't messing with me.
Okay. I need to get Hillary in our chat so we can do this thing. So just hop back in on that chat that you were in.
Hillary. Hillary.
Whew.
The responses were split totally down.
Yeah.
Genders.
Down gender lines.
Matthew, and seriously, you need to go home tonight and tell Daedra. Be like, listen, I need to tell you something.
I'm joking. I'm playing it up for the show. Yes. She was in the room for half of it.
Oh.
All right. Here we go. Okay.
Why is that? Okay, hold on. Gabigan, I want to know. I really need to know. Why don't y'all ever leave the 5th grade?
Because we mature really fast. We're mature by the time we hit 5th grade. And so we don't have to go anywhere.
But no, you're not mature by the time you hit 5th grade. Not at all.
I'm kidding. Obviously. I don't know why. I don't know why we don't.
All of you.
It's
every single
funny.
one of you. And then it rubs off on me when I hang out with y'all.
So all of our immaturity is our fault, And all of your immaturity is our fault.
Exactly. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine.
Maybe we are a work couple then, though. Jeez.
Whatever.
All right, here we go. Okay, Hillary, just so you're aware, we got to do the fact of the day first, so just hang out there in the chat, and then we will jump in with you when it's time. Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And we've changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week we record our shows on the Friday or Saturday before it airs with our friends. Follow us on twitch.tv/LTN on air to be notified when we go live, and join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after show discussion and even opportunities to be on your show, on our show. Not your show, our show. You can be on your show any old time.
You know,
be
Rachel tries to take it over every time she's on it, but it's not hers, it's ours.
Oh, gosh. But before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
Sonny Falcon worked for a meat company in Austin in 1962 and decided that the less desirable cuts of meat could serve as a purpose, or could serve a purpose. He and some coworkers got creative, trying different ways to prep and refine the throwaway cuts. And eventually he found that grilling skirt steak to be the most desirable, and credits his acknowledgement of similarity between the cut of meat to a belt for coining the name fajitas. Some historians question his story, but Sonny maintains both the dish and the name originated with him, so much so that he trademarked the name Fajita King in 1970.
Does fajita mean belt?
Yes, it's fajita. It doesn't mean belt, but the origin of fajita comes from the word belt in Spanish.
Okay, so it's like
it's not a direct translation.
Word history.
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't like go and say, "Hey, I need a fajita," talking about a belt.
I need a fajita. Hey, where you going? I need a fajita.
You got any leather fajitas?
That sounds like a very racist name. That you would call, that sounds like a racial slur for someone of Mexican descent, calling them Anita Fajita. Am I wrong? It sounds awful.
Fajita.
I yelled it out twice and then I felt bad. I'm like, oh, this could be wrong. This could be clipped and I could be seen as racist.
Sure.
And that's bad.
I'm
uncomfortable now. Thanks a lot, Mo. You and your facts. You and your racist facts.
Sorry.
Now it's time for Mo to read her line, because I was about to read it herself.
Now it's time for me to beat one of our back row buds in a game. I don't like that you make me, because when you give me the outline, you write what I say.
You can always change it up on the fly. You could read whatever you want to read.
Obviously, I was too busy sitting over here thinking about Anita Fajita.
It's the same cadence as a song from, I think it was Blues Brothers 2000, where John Goodman is singing "It's Cheaper to Keep Her." It's a song about not getting divorced.
I had no idea.
It costs a lot of money.
Wow.
So in my head, I'm saying Anita Fajita, Anita Fajita. That's what I'm singing.
Hillary popped in there. Did you hear her?
Yeah, she's here. I unmuted her. She's here.
I heard her.
So are you scandalized? I was afraid you might just leave the show during that first segment.
It's probably not one I'll watch with my children at this point.
Yeah, it's all right. You can skip that. It's fine.
Hillary, how old are your boys?
I'll probably have to put a disclaimer.
My boys are
on the
5,
podcast.
12, and 15.
Okay.
In fact, let's just pause for a second. I'm going to record something just to add in there. All right. There. I'll put that at the beginning of the video when I clip it, and I'll put it on the podcast.
And Topher just turned up his sound louder.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so everybody, since I lost my attempt at the title last week, I'm taking a week off to regroup. And instead...
and mourn his loss.
Zip. It was wrong.
It was
Everybody
the most beautiful
was wrong.
loss ever.
Everybody was terribly wrong. I'm not going to relive it. I lost it last week. I'm not going to lose it again. So I'm putting Mo and one of the members of our Discord to the test to see who can come out on top. So everybody, please welcome KYredhead, otherwise known as Hillary. How are you?
Hi. Super nervous.
Super nervous?
Aw, don't be nervous. There ain't nothing to be nervous about. You can only see us. We can't see you.
All right,
So.
well, it's already been a risque day, and so the game is going to be slightly risque, but in a different way. Not in a dirty way.
My goodness.
In a just, well, I mean, you'll understand when I tell you the topic. So a few weeks ago, I put Mo just to the test on her own in this game. It's a new game that comedian John Crist came out with a couple months ago, and it is Church or Dispensary. Because for some reason, they have so similar names.
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's really weird. So this is not mocking anything either way. It's just the names are so similar. It's really hard to tell based on the name alone. And so we're going to put y'all to the test.
Whatever.
All right. So what I've got here is I got 30 of them here.
I'm just saying, listen, Hillary,
Oh, my goodness.
I think Matt missed a beautiful opportunity here because he told me, I think 2 nights ago, that I was going up against you in the game. And I said, Southern things? ?
Like if that was going to be the quiz?
I mean, you missed an opportunity.
Look, I
was kind of hoping for like
well-versed.
Disney trivia again.
Yeah, we'd already done that. And apparently they were all experts. So I had to make something
Jane
harder.
Austen. Jane Austen would have been great.
Austin. Jeez. Y'all are too cultured for me.
I'm not that cultured. Hillary would have won.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So what Hillary is fighting for today is if she wins, she gets a coveted I beat Mo in a game not like with the bat sticker, which currently only 2 people own.
Yeah.
And you could be the third. Silver missed her opportunity.
She did.
She did. She tied, so she did not win a sticker. All right. So here we go. I've got 30 of these. I'm going to alternate between you two.
Hey.
What?
Oh, Topher did earn it, didn't he? Never mind.
Earned it. He beat you by 1.
Whatever.
Just very,
Never mind.
very, right at the end.
I mean, listen, Brian is the only one who actually earned the sticker. So,
All right, I'm going to keep your scores tallied here too.
all right. Ready, Hillary?
I guess.
I'm gonna let Mo go first. All right. Number 1. Cure. Church or dispensary?
Church.
Dispensary, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Hillary.
Yes.
The Cure.
So wait, we're supposed to guess if it's like a pharmacy or a church name? Is
If
that
it is a church
a
or a marijuana dispensary.
Okay, obviously I don't know anything. Okay.
I'm proud of you.
I'm gonna say marijuana
It's good not
dispensary on
knowing.
that one.
It's good that you don't know those things. You're going to say marijuana dispensary?
Dispensary.
No, that is
yeah.
a church in Kansas City.
Wow.
Wow.
Mo, Perfect Union.
Can you tell me how it's spelled?
Normally.
I'm gonna say it's a church.
Dispensary in Morro Bay, California. All right.
Morro Bay?
Morro Bay? I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know how to pronounce them.
Okay.
I don't live in California. All right. Hillary, Smoke Mountain.
Church.
Dispensary is Seaverville, Tennessee.
I was gonna say it sounds like Tennessee to me. So at least it's state right.
Parton's from, and it's Sevierville, not Seaverville.
Sorry, whatever.
That's where Dolly Parton's from. Okay.
Okay, Mo, Smoky Mountain.
Okay, you said Smoke Mountain was a dispensary.
Uh-huh.
Smoky Mountain is a church.
Correct, from Cosby, Tennessee. All right, Mo's got 1. Hillary, High Street.
Church.
Church in Springfield, Missouri. Good job. Mo, Higher Life.
Church.
Church, a fellowship in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Hillary, Higher Level.
Oh my word. Dispensary.
Dispensary, Seaside, California. Good job. Mo, The Haven.
Seriously? I'm gonna say it's a dispensary.
Church, The Haven of the Nazarenes, the full name, Grand Prairie, Texas. Hillary, Haven.
Church.
Dispensary, Long Beach, California. Mo, Haven House.
Church.
Church, New Hall, California. Good job. All right, it's 3-2. Hillary, Cultivate.
Oh my goodness. I think that was a youth ministry at a church I used to go to.
Right?
So I'm gonna say church.
Church, Alabaster, Alabama. Good. Tied up.
I mean, it's a term that you need to use for the other thing too, though. So
Mo, True Leave.
is it leave or leaf?
Like Believe. So True Leave.
Wow. That sounds like a diet sweetener.
Right?
It does, right?
I'm saying dispensary.
Dispensary, Palm Coast, Florida. Hillary, Fluent.
Oh my word. Church.
Ooh, Dispensary, Orlando,
Oh my
Florida.
goodness.
Mo, Discovery.
Ooh, church.
Church, Colorado Springs.
Ooh.
All right, 5-3. Hillary, Pure Peace.
Dispensary.
Dispensary, Westminster, Maryland. Mo, Greenhouse.
Dispensary.
Church, Davie,
What?
Florida.
What?
Hillary,
Whoa! That makes zero sense.
Hillary, Ethos.
Church.
Dispensary,
Oh my
Watertown,
goodness.
Massachusetts. Waterton, I guess.
Waterton.
Watertown. Mo,
What?
The Sanctuary.
Is it? A church?
Dispensary, Las Vegas, Nevada. Hillary,
Okay,
But listen,
statistically, there's probably
I
a
was
church
about to-
near the sanctuary
There you
too.
go.
So,
I was about to say.
Hillary,
yep.
Sanctuary.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
That's the name. Sanctuary, for heaven's sake.
That could still be either one.
Yeah, it's true.
I will go with dispensary again.
Church, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mo, y'all are tied up, by the way. Y'all both have 5. Mo, Tree of Life.
Dispensary.
Church, Lubbock, Texas.
What? We gotta go there.
Hillary,
Yes.
Trees.
Wow. Church.
Dispensary, Inglewood,
goodness.
Colorado. Mo, Giving Tree.
Isn't that a book?
The book.
I'm gonna say dispensary.
Dispensary, Phoenix, Arizona. Good job. Hillary, The Giving Tree.
Church.
Dispensary, Denver,
Oh,
Colorado.
goodness.
Mo,
Wow.
the Tree.
Well, I mean, no, it's the vine and the branches, not the tree. Dispensary.
Church, Lancaster, Ohio. Hillary, Tree of Knowledge.
Dispensary.
Church, Los Angeles, California. Mo, Trees of Knowledge.
Oh my word.
Dispensary.
Dispensary, Sacramento, California. All right, Mo, you're up 2. You have 7. Hillary, you have
How many of
5.
these things we got?
And there are only 3 left. So Mo has to get
Oh my
none right,
goodness.
and Hillary has to get both of hers right to tie. And I don't know how we'll break a tie, but we'll figure it out. Hillary, Epoch, spelled E-P-O-C-H.
Yes. Church.
Church, Little Rock, Arkansas. Mo,
Where do you go to church? Epoch in Little Rock.
Life Center with no space in between the words.
Life Center.
And also, center is spelled the British way, R-E, instead of E-R.
Dispensary.
Church, North Lakes in Australia.
Wow.
All right, Hillary, last one. Crack house.
Oh man.
Don't let me down here.
Wow. So, I wish I knew you better, Matt, because then I would know how to guess on this one. Let's go with.
Swing for the fences, Hillary. You can do
I
it.
know. Oh no. Okay, crack house sounds like. It sounds like a church.
It is a church in Columbus, Ohio. It's actually a ministry.
It sounds nothing like a church.
The acronym is that for crack is an acronym, and it stands for Christ Resurrects After Crack Kills.
Oh
So
my
it's like a church focused around recovery from this. So we're tied up. So
It's that fine line. That
Yeah.
fine line. I don't.
Oh my word.
Wow.
So here's how I'm going to do the tiebreaker, because I know y'all have been memorizing where all these cities are in. So let's see. Okay. Both of y'all try and remember, and the closest gets it. How many of these businesses were in California?
Businesses?
Businesses or churches.
Oh, okay.
Oh, either
Locations,
one?
yes. How many of these locales were in California?
Is this closest without going over?
No.
Just closest.
This closest. 5.
Mo?
I'm saying 3.
There were 6, and that means
Oh
Hillary
my gosh.
just ekes out a win. My gracious.
Okay, but what if I had said 7?
Then I would have had to do Colorado, too. Just kept going until we had a winner.
I was kind of curious.
Hillary, congratulations. That was a
Wow,
tight race.
thank you.
My goodness. Good job.
Hey, good job.
Gosh.
First time in, first time on the show, and what a show to be on. My goodness. But you will
I'm definitely
receive...
not sending the link to my parents.
You can do one of those timestamp ones, that's just like, just watch it from here, not
Right.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
I might leave the story out of the clips. That'll help.
Yeah.
But here it is. You're gonna win this I Beat Mo sticker. I will get with you to get your information and get this sent to
Thank you.
I'll send you some of our other stickers too. Thank you
my
so much for
goodness.
being a part of it.
Yay.
I'm gonna let
Thank
you
you
gather
all.
your composure, and we'll end the call. But thank you again.
Thank you all. Happy Wednesday.
You too.
Yay.
Oh, what a show today is. My goodness, it's fun.
Wednesday.
Gosh. Whew.
All right. We
Fun
ready?
Stuff. What are we doing? I don't even know.
We're
where
taking
at.
another quick
All right,
break.
Let's take another quick break.
And when we come back, what even is a worship song anyway?
Stick around. Okay. Whew. Still has the scammer thing. Yeah, I might take the scammer thing out of the highlights. That just might be. Maybe it'll be its own separate highlight with a warning. Because it was funny.
It is funny.
And I worked for it. Dang it.
It is funny.
I need a question. We need a question for our Ask Us Anything, because we're going to film our last segment for Wednesday. And then we're going to do our taste test. So 2 more things. Whoa.
What?
Yeah, we had a word ban.
Ooh, Hillary.
We're only allowed to make innuendo. We can't just come out and say that word. Sheesh. I'm just kidding. But yes, I need favorite kids book. Okay, clarification. Does that mean favorite kids book we've ever been exposed to, or our favorite book when we were kids? Because those are 2 different answers for me. Let's do both.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Gender.
Gender.
Oh, how politically correct. That's
But
funny.
is it? Is it
That's
politically
funny.
correct? It's not politically correct anymore.
Oh gosh.
There is no such thing as gender. What is gender? Gender is
No,
fluid.
let's not. It's too late in the show to get into all that. We're just going to have to stop.
Obviously, I'm kidding. Everybody knows.
Gender is a solid. All right, here we go. Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show as things are winding down for today.
But first, we're going to answer a question from Twitch.
I mean, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Today's question comes from our guest earlier on the show, KYredhead. She asks us, what's our favorite kids book? And I initially asked her to clarify, did she mean our favorite book when we were kids or our favorite kids book that we've ever been exposed to? But I decided to not receive an answer to that question, and we're going to answer both. So, what was your favorite book as a kid? And what's your favorite kids book you've ever seen?
Good grief. Okay, so my favorite book when I was a kid.
Or as a kid and as an adult, whatever we want to put it in. As a kid and as a parent.
Okay,
There we go.
listen,
Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. Okay, so my favorite classic child's book, that's more of a book and a novel, is Anne of Green Gables. But my favorite kids book, like picture book,
Yeah, I think that's what we're talking about.
is Chicka Chicka Boom Boom.
Buh? I've never heard of that book.
It's one of my favorites.
Chicka chicka boom boom.
It's about the alphabet, and it's teaching you about capital letters and lowercase letters. And essentially, the capital letters are the parents, and the lowercase letters are the kids. And all the lowercase letters climb up a coconut tree, and then they all fall down, and they get hurt, and the grown-up letters, the capital letters, have to take care of the little letters. Anyway.
Never heard of it. People in the chat on Twitch are going nuts about it.
It's
Does not ring a bell.
one of my favorites. It has always been, one of my favorites. Will there be enough room? That's Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Will there be enough room?
Right over my head.
And A told B, I'll see you at the top of the coconut tree. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Will there be enough room? I love it. It's my favorite. All-time favorite. Okay, but
The only story similar to that I know of was a story from a comedian named Dusty Slay, who told a story about the letter S and the letter K, and how they were making all these great words and having a whole lot of fun, living the dream, making a whole lot of money.
skate.
And then the letter
ski.
C came along and said, I can make the S sound and the K sound. Where do you want me? And just ruined everything for everybody.
Okay.
It's a good story. You should go find it.
Sure. Hey, but my favorite children's book that I've ever been exposed to is The Wonderful Way You Are by our friend Sarah Brooks.
I still haven't read that book.
Oh, my word.
You have it? You
Yes.
have it.
Yeah.
I need to read it. Can I borrow it?
You sure
to
can.
Read it?
You
I know
absolutely
we
can.
got to talk about it a lot when we interviewed her,
Yeah.
but I never got to read the book.
Yep.
And I was really interested in it.
Look it up, friends.
Glad you
Look
brought
it
it
up.
up.
It is a good
Say it
one.
again. Say it again for the people in the back.
The Wonderful Way You Are by Sarah E. Brooks.
Yeah, check it out. And go into our archives. I think it was in the... No, it was we were on LT and it was like very
Yeah.
early.
Very early.
It was like one of the first week's worth of posts on lovethynerd.com. Just go to our earliest posts and you'll be able to find her interview.
Yep.
But let's see. Mine. Okay. When I was a kid, I was a very basic kid. Basic white boy. I really loved me.
You're so basic.
Some green eggs and ham. I was just all about
I do not like green eggs and ham.
All
I do
about
not like
green
them,
eggs and
Sam.
ham.
I am. I will not eat them in a box. I will not eat them with the fox. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. My kindergartners loved it when I read it to them
Like
last
that?
year. Yeah, because like I got all
like
into it.
You
Yeah.
went into thrash metal
I will
mode.
not eat green eggs and ham. I will not eat them, Sam. I am.
You there. All right. Now, but
Hey,
what?
did Rachel not hear me? She's in our Twitch chat right now saying my favorite book as a kid was Chicka Chicka Boom Boom.
No, I'm pretty sure she was one of the people berating me earlier.
Oh, okay, never
But
mind.
she was at the time she was focusing on a word that she had to ban and unban or
Oh, my
unban
bad.
and ban
My bad,
in our
sorry.
Twitch chat.
Sorry.
But my favorite kids book that I read to my children is a book called The Book with No Pictures by BJ Novak, whom played Ryan on The Office. It is incredibly imaginative. They love it because it requires you to act goofy and silly, which is, I mean, you can judge from this show alone, one of my fortes. I'm an excellent children's book reader, and one of the few things I do better than my wife. And yeah, so it's a great book. I doubted it from afar, and someone gave it to us. I really hope it wasn't you, because I'll feel really bad.
No.
Wasn't you? Okay. Somebody gave it to Johnny for his birthday, I think, this past year, and it's just amazing. No, you gave us the Dunder Mifflin book. Oh, that
I
one's
did.
really good too.
I did.
But you really have to like The Office.
Yeah.
And so most of the jokes go over my kids' heads, but they do enjoy the book.
Yeah.
But no, the book with no pictures, just fantastically done. The book that I've been exposed to that I hate the most, and I know that wasn't the question, was the dumb one that Jimmy Fallon made, where it's just a bunch of pictures, and they say "Dada" on every single one of them. Like nothing's happening, and it got all these reviews and whatever. No, there was no point to the book. I'm sorry. That's another rant.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, that's my answer. So let's end with our verse for the day.
A verse for the day is Psalm 34:14. Turn away from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it.
That's going to do it for our show today. Remember that we air first exclusively on LTN Radio, LTNOnAir.com every Monday through Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern with an encore at 10 a.m. But if you miss a day or just can't catch the show live, find the Back Row Morning Show podcast version on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Subscribe, rate 5 stars, and leave a review. Do it, and we'll love you forever.
And also, the podcast feed will offer a weekly highlight episode focusing on just our main topics for the week. And for those of you who can't commit to the full 3 hours a week, make sure you're following us on all the socials. We're on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Just search for @the Back Row LTN and connect with us.
Tune in tomorrow morning for the Back Row Rewind, and we're going to bring you a classic episode, a really classic. We're going all the way back to the original podcast, long before the morning show.
What?
Where our friends Kevin and Kara Wellborn were on to discuss the adoption process. Like, answers a whole bunch of questions, shares a lot of cool stories. It's a really good episode that Mo wasn't there for. No, you weren't there. You're not on the show for that episode.
Never mind.
But hey, we're gonna go next week. We're not gonna have new shows because there's a lot of stuff going on next week, and a lot of stuff cramming into that Saturday that we were going to record. And it's not going to happen. So what we're going to do instead is the Monday through Thursday, we're going to share with you the main shows, the first 3 main shows that we've put out, typically just in podcast form. We don't air the main shows on the radio station, where it's a collection of the main topics for each week. So we're going to give you a taste of what those are like, just in case you have not listened to those versions yet. So come in and get a glimpse of what the main shows are like, which is a new thing we're doing. This is the first season that we've been doing this, trying to give a like we said, like Mo said a minute ago, a collection of the meat segments from the week in one podcast for people that just can't catch every single episode. Because I admit it, 3 hour plus shows a week. That's a lot. That's a lot of podcasting, and there's a lot of good podcasts out there that you got to try and cram into your week. So if you want a little bit of Matt and Mo with the main stuff that we talk about, then these are the good shows to listen to. So we're going to give you a taste of that. Mm-hmm. Then we'll be back the next week with new shows. So don't worry, we won't be gone long. But that's all I got. Final thought?
Are You My Mother? That's my least favorite children's book.
I hate that one too.
It gives me too much anxiety.
Johnny makes me want to read it all the time.
No, I can't.
Hate it.
Even though I know how it ends every time, I'm freaking out.
It's the worst.
No, the crane is not your mother. Have you lost your mind?
Once again, I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And remember, if nobody else tells you, we promise that it's true. Jesus loves you, nerds. I said nerds. I put an S at the end. I don't know why I do that.
Hey, Twitch, don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. One final segment.
We got a
taste test. And then we're done. Taste test is just for you. Just for you, our video watcher.
Because you're our favorite people.
I'm ready.
Oh, I thought you were about to argue with me. Hold on, I gotta take these off. Otherwise, I'm gonna...
And it was at that time that Mo realized she had made a mistake.
I'm also not wearing the headphones, so I didn't hear what you said.
I'm talking. You can't hear with your ears?
No. I have ears.
Mo has ears.
This is what I look like without these things.
A lovely Inigo Montoya. Oh, is that what you think I was doing? I was trying to do Morgan Freeman. So. You're a snort. I always read that book with a British accent. I do that with a lot of books just because it's fun. I try and put accents on it. But I always read it. You're a snort. You're not a bird.
That sounds like snot. You're a snot.
You're a snot.
See?
Yeah,
Now-
it does kind of. Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Would you chill out? I'm trying to decide which one I
Takes
want.
so long. Why are you deciding? Before you've just been digging your hand in and pulling one out.
I know. I thought about that earlier today, and I was like, you know what? I'm picking. I'm actually gonna pick.
I thought about that, and then I was like, nah.
I thought about that, and I was like, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? All right, you ready?
Yes. Yeah, we will rate someone when we're done. What is it? Trolli what?
Big
Trolli.
Bold.
Trolli.
Trolley.
Trolley. Dang it. I never remember it.
Trolley.
Big bold bears. They're gigantic.
They're huge.
4 times bigger than our classic bears.
They're massive.
Oh, and their flavors are yum flavors. I need a lemon lime one. Which one is that one? Is there one of those in there?
I don't know.
Can I open the bag?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna open the bag.
That's the whole point of a taste test.
I don't think there's a lemon lime one in here. No! All right, I guess I'm getting a cherry. These are huge. They look like Winnie the Pooh, like the classic version.
That
in the
really
book.
sounded like you said Weenie the Pooh. They look like Weenie the Pooh.
My boys are singing a song that doesn't know sounds inappropriate, but they're singing "Winner, winner, chicken dinner, hot dog with a little wiener." That's what they're singing. And my wife and I do not want to point out that it's inappropriate or laugh when it happens because they'll just keep singing it. So we're hoping it'll die out on its own. These really do look like the Winnie the Pooh, like from
They
the
do.
book, from the old book. It's hard to, yeah, you got a good shot of it. There we go.
Winnie the Pooh.
All right, let's go. I'm ready for
Ready?
this.
1, 2, 3.
Carb City.
Oh
my gosh.
See?
Ah! 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 It tastes great, but you can't chew it. Holy cow. It's like chewing on a eraser. I'm not breaking through it. My jaw hurts already.
Okay. So for anyone who has been around for a little bit, you know that this is our struggle with anything gummy. We love gummies.
Yeah.
We really love gummies. And for the most part, Trolli does gummies really well.
These are not them.
No. And so I knew getting these that it was going to be either Trolli's going to show up like Trolli always does and they're going to be great, or they're going to suck.
It's so thick.
You know you are old when the deciding factor of whether or not a candy is good is whether or not you can chew it with ease.
How many erasers have I eaten, Gabigan? Enough to know better, okay?
Right?
Man. Okay. Tastes fantastic.
They're delicious.
Really good wild cherry flavor. It reminds me of the Haribo twin cherries,
Okay.
which I really like.
Yeah. But also Haribo gummies
Haribo.
are awful because they're so stinking hard.
But not the cherries. The cherries are usually good. Unless you get them from like a candy store where you put them in the bag, you scoop
Yeah.
them yourself because they're always stale there.
Yeah.
If you get the bag of them, they're great. But yeah, it's so dense. that I had to like force my tongue to decapitate this thing.
Yeah.
Very difficult. Very difficult.
Yeah.
I am upset.
Me too.
And that's going to do it for our show. Lark, who are we raiding? We're going to raid someone. Stick around. If you raid with us into the next person's stream, you're going to get some nerd cred on our stream. And then if you're kind, you'll give them at least a follow before you head out. Or you might find a whole new place to just hang out and have fun with another awesome person named Campo.
Hey,
let's go.
Hillary, I'm going to need for you to record that reading of Cajun Red Riding Hood, please, and share it with us.
Cajun
Red
Riding Hood?
Yeah, she said her husband has a really good Cajun accent that he uses when he reads Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, okay. I got you. I thought this was a book of its own. And I'm like, well, that sounds like Anita Fajita. That's another possibly racist term that we're unaware of.
Anita Fajita.
All right, we are going to jump. Thank you guys so much. We have had a blast tonight. We're so glad that we have people that actually watch the show and interact with us all night. Because if it was just us, we'd still be having fun, but not nearly as much.
Yeah,
because y'all are awesome.
Yeah. Plus, nobody ever believes us when we're like, hey, we got to tell you what was said. And they're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
But we're going to go. We love you. The shows will be coming out Monday through Wednesday of next week. Listen to them on LTN Radio or the podcast later in the day, each day.